across the 11 high schools in our brigade. And last year we completed over 100,000 community service hours between our 11 high schools.
Okay, and in 11 high schools, how many people are actually involved in this?
We have about 2,400 cadets in our program.
How much fun is it to be involved in something like this?
It's definitely a lot of fun. A lot of activities. We get to go around, and just about every cadet gets an opportunity to lead in our program.
All right, and you yourself planning on going to the Air Force Academy, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. We definitely would like to thank all these guys, the ones that are going to the military. Thank you in advance for your service. We're going to send things down over to Mike Elder now.
All right, thank you guys. Listen, I want to just talk a little bit about why we are here today, and that is because of all the food around the area here and the need for that. We do have the chairman of the board of the Food Bank of Northern Nevada. We've been talking here a little bit, Jeff Osterell. Jeff, tell me a little bit just about, everybody hears about the food bank. And I imagine a lot of people kind of have, may not have a real idea of exactly what you do, because it isn't like you just kind of set up shop and every individual comes and gets food from you, because you work with a lot of other organizations, don't you? How does it all put together? What's the most efficient way for you guys to serve the community?
You're absolutely correct. It's not about the food bank handing out food, although the food bank does administer some programs directly. But it's really about the 136 partner agencies that we partner with, and that's who does the lion's share of the actual distribution of food. We deliver truckloads of food to these different partner agencies, and then they are the ones who distribute it to the individuals.
Now, this one drive that we have, of course, it's a huge thing for us here at Channel 2. We've been doing it for 22 years right now. It is probably our biggest community service thing that we do, and we're thrilled to do. We've been thrilled to do it all along. But this is not a one-time thing. I mean, this obviously is a huge help, and we raise a lot of food and a lot of funds for it. But this isn't going to get you through the whole year, is it?
Oh no, absolutely not. But it makes a big dent in it, and certainly the funds we generate on this particular event are huge for us. But no, this is just part of it. But it's a nice way to end the year. And since you brought up Channel 2, I can't thank you guys enough for what you do and come out and publicize this event. It makes a huge difference. And the other group that I want to say thank you to is the Army of Volunteers.
Isn't that amazing?
We have here. It is phenomenal.
These guys have been out here since, Oh Dark Hunter, even before we started. And we opened up the drive today at 6 o'clock in the morning. It goes for 12 straight hours. We've got people who have been here since like 5 in the morning getting ready to unpack stuff, and they're going to stay throughout the 12 hours, then help tear everything down. It's amazing, isn't it?
It truly is, and I think the message I really want to get out is that I don't think people realize that their little bit of contribution, if they come and contribute a little time of 2 or 3 hours and think, oh, it's not that big a deal.
Right.
It isn't maybe to them individually, but if you add up all the volunteer hours, this year it'll be over 22,000 hours. That's more than 11 full-time employees. If we had to pay employees to do that, I mean, it is huge to have this many volunteers helping in our community.
Well, let's talk about some of the volunteer needs, not just today. Obviously, it's obvious. We've got people out, you can see what they're doing. But an awful lot of the work that you do, particularly out in the warehouse, which is now, I guess, gosh, you've had it for 3 years, I think, haven't you? It's amazing how time flies. But what are the volunteer needs you guys have year-round?
Well, certainly one of the key ones we have is that people come to the warehouse and help sort all the food that we collect at this type of a food drive. It all needs to be sorted and inspected and make sure the dates are good on it and so forth. And that requires a lot of effort. And so we do use a lot of volunteers for that. And then at several of our different food distribution sites, we use a lot of volunteers to help manage the unloading and loading of the food as it's distributed to the people.
You get what kind of jobs apart from the people working in the warehouse? I mean, you got drivers, obviously. If you look over there, we got these trucks that are all kind of toting what we have here, and this is just obviously today, but those are in use all year round. You got truck drivers. What other volunteers do you
there's
need?
an army of really good staff employees that we have. Certainly the staff people that work in the warehouse or that people think of in terms of the food bank, but it requires a really good team of management to administer an organization as large as ours now. And so we have Sherry Jameson has a great team of managers and staff people working, and they're the ones who really get a lot of the work done.
Now, tell me about what we need here today. What are our goals? Not even just specifically in terms of how much we want to raise, but talk about the goals for what we're trying to accomplish real quickly, and then we got to send it down to Minden.
Okay, well, certainly we want to collect a lot of food, and I think we'd like to get over 100,000 pounds of food collected today. And before I came on for the interview, I was told we were about 68,000 pounds. So,
oh, we're up 60. Okay, well,
yeah,
that's a big jump from when we started our 3 hours, but we still have a lot more to go. So, listen, Jeff, thank you again. I appreciate your time, and we are going to send it now down to